Hey guys, what's up? It's Adam from GeekRest.com, filming a late night video, only in hopes that I can turn you on to a good book that I picked up today. New Comic Book Day, Wednesday, March 14th. The book is Saga by Brian K. Vaughan, writing the book, and Fiona Staples doing the artwork. Now, this book has been hyped for the past year, but still, it seems that many people are still not aware of it, despite the fact that it's selling out everywhere today. So, I want to recommend this book, get this video out there, and get your ass to the comic book store, because you should pick this book up if you want something new, something different. It's being billed as, like, Star Wars meets Game of Thrones, which, you know, to an extent, I'll agree, it's got the sci-fi elements, it's got the fantasy elements, but you know what? Overall, that's a bad pitch, because it's something entirely different. If anything, I would say it's David Cronenberg meets Star Wars with fantasy elements, but we'll get to that. It's written by Brian K. Vaughan. He did Y the Last Man, he did Ex Machina, The Escapist, Runaways. He's responsible for writing one of the best seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think it was season 8. He did episodes of Lost. But, you know, Y the Last Man is clearly, like, one of the big ones that first attracted me to his writing. And The Escapist is one of the best standalones in a very long time. So he's solid, and his writing here is amazing. It's twisted. It's, like I said, very different. The story takes place in the future. There's a huge intergalactic civil war going on, which I'm assuming is where the Star Wars elements come in. That spans the galaxy. There's a male character, Marco, and a female character, Alana, who are two different species from two different sides of this war, and they're lovers. They're star-crossed lovers. Again, a little bit of Star Wars element going on there. And the first page of the book pretty much essentially opens up with them having a child, bringing a child into this world, and from the get-go, both sides of this opposing war, both opposing sides, are sending hunters out to find these two individuals. And the heart of the story is pretty much these two characters. It's set against the backdrop of the Civil War, but the dialogue that Vaughan has written is smart, it's funny, it's twisted, and it connects you to these characters. And, you know, let's put this out there. Marco and his species, they're kind of like the fantasy elements. I mean, the dude's got horns coming out of his head, alright? He's clearly, you know, an alien species, but fantasy. Alana's people, her side in the war, they're more of the sci-fi element. So, you know, already they're mixing, but the fact that, you know, one side's sending their hunter out, the other side's sending their hunter out, these two worlds are meshed together, and they work very well. And you can tell it's a huge universe they're setting up. But, you know, like I said in the first issue, they do the best they can to sell the world, but it's so vast and so big that it's almost, you can't comprehend it yet. So, further issues down the line, I'm sure they're going to explore it more, but truly it's the characters that make up the meat of this issue, and it's just great. So, in a nutshell, I want you to pick up Saga. Okay, it's the first issue. It's a double-sized issue. It's 44 pages. It's only $2.99, and it has no advertisements in it. You really can't find a better deal in this day and age for a book like this. And it's a rare treat to find something so fresh, so new, and so different. And I'm not saying that the whole intergalactic star-crossed lovers theme hasn't been done to death before. It has, but it hasn't been done this well in a very long time. And clearly I credit, you know, Vaughan with the writing for making a story like this come to life, but equally so is Fiona Staples, whose artwork is incredible. It's, yeah, I brought him up last week, but Ralph McQuarrie, the concept artist for Star Wars, it's got like this concept art feel, and I bring up his name only because he did Star Wars, so he's got the whole sci-fi elements, this whole space opera thing going on, which this book touches on, and it just looks great. Her artwork's great. Even the speech bubbles for the characters have jagged edges to it. The book feels like an indie book, but with a big budget. If that makes any sense, it's got that feel. So, anyways, check this book out, Saga #1. It's out in the stores right now. It is flying off store shelves, however. It's the whole point of this video. I want you to get out there and get this book. Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples, my bad, And yeah, number 1, check it out this week. Run. Adios.